did I become a paranormal investigator? That's a great question. So in previous videos, I've talked about how I've always had an intense interest in all things mysterious, whether it was UFOs, Bigfoot, ancient Egypt, or even ghosts. One of the things that I found very lacking, though, was any form of local interaction. That is, there really wasn't any type of like meetups or groups that catered locally to that interest. Now, sure, there, of course, in later years, there's a plethora of sites that have appeared on the World Wide Web, but early on, before the internet really became a thing, it was very difficult to find like-minded individuals to interact with. So I sort of did my own thing for a while. I investigated things that I had an interest in attempting to understand. I would go to locations where UFOs had allegedly landed, or there had been some type of a experiencer at that particular location, and I would go and talk to the involved people. When it came to, I guess, more paranormal type events, it was a little more difficult to kind of interact with some of the individuals that had had experiences. Of course, there were a lot of legend and lore about local locations and various ghost sightings, but it was a little difficult to actually find people to talk about their experiences and walk me through what they had experienced, and also try to understand all the dynamics around it, environmental conditions, because most people don't really pay a whole lot of attention to that. In the heat of the moment, it's pretty obvious why. So I wanted to understand for myself why and how some of these experiences occurred. So I formed my own quasi-group of sorts. It was essentially me and a couple of friends initially that would team up and go out and investigate locations. One of the members of my team was by trade was a genealogist, so was excellent at researching familial type information. Another one was a geologist, and he was obviously excellent at determining any type of local geological formations that could potentially have an impact on a person's experience. For instance, limestone or quartz rock. As you know, quartz rock has what's called the piezoelectric property, which in essence creates electricity when stressed, which could cause a variety of things that people might mistake for paranormal phenomena. The other individual in my group was an audio engineer, and he sort of really served as the basis for my love for electronic voice phenomena. He was absolutely fascinated by the concept of capturing spirit voices using technology, and that to a large extent rubbed off on me. And as you can tell by many of the videos on my YouTube channel, I'm absolutely obsessed with spirit contact using technology, using devices. I truly believe that the best evidence for the paranormal is audio. It is so incredibly easy nowadays to create fake photos and videos, especially with the advent of AI. Now it's super easy to create photos that, for all intents and purposes, look 100% legitimate. It's a little more difficult with an audio file in that there are specific signatures and markers that if you know what you're looking for, you can really tell if the photo's been, or the audio has been manipulated or not. So to me, it's much more difficult in my mind for an individual to create a fake EVP. So Yeah, I truly believe EVP is probably the best evidence for communication with the spirit world. But regardless, so I had my team. We each had sort of our own specialties, and we would go out and we would investigate different locations. And that sort of led to kind of an expansion of my group, their word of mouth, and the reputation of my team had sort of spread, and pretty soon I had a very large paranormal team. I didn't really want to get into having that. I didn't really want a large team. You know, this was not something I wanted to have to worry about managing and have to worry about logistics and scheduling. You know, this was really more of something that was a personal endeavor of mine, a personal interest, and I didn't want it to become really a business type proposition. So my group, Our Past, existed for a number of years, and we investigated allegedly haunted locations all over the country. Got to check out some amazing places and talk to some incredible people, and I've made some absolutely awesome lifetime friends, but at the same time, I really wanted to get back to my own exploration. So I sort of branched off and went back to sort of doing my own thing. And, you know, I find that this affords me much greater flexibility in locations. A lot of times when I go to different locations, they don't want to have to deal with, you know, 10, 15, 20 people trampling through their house, potentially, you know, breaking things. So having one person, me, it has made access into locations for me much easier. So I've really gotten to go back to my roots, and I've really kind of enjoyed that quite a bit. It allows me to go to locations that I probably wouldn't have had access to with a large group. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, please be sure to subscribe. I try to post new videos at least once a week. Thanks, and see you on the creepy side.